fabulous. The feeling's still there, it's absolutely magnificent. I know the boys are the same. We all really appreciate this place and it's become a place that we all love. In the last few minutes of the game, rather than being hard, were easy. And then it was all celebrations. I think we're still celebrating to just now, and 40 years on, it seems like yesterday.
The legend lives on forevermore. The night the mighty lion roared. That was the best day of our lives. The day we won the greatest prize. Oh, how our hearts they soared with pride. Right underneath that Lisbon sky, that was the best day of our lives. That was the best day of our lives. That was the best day of our lives. Well, there are days when things don't go my way. The only letters I get are the bills I can't pay. But then I look out my window, it puts a smile on my face to see the Celtic supporters on the way to the game. And I pick up my scarf and meet my dad at the gates. And it's a feeling that no one will ever take away.
And it's Celtic in the green, white and gold. Oh Celtic, you'll never walk alone. And it's Celtic, wherever I may roam. When I see paradise, then I know that I'm home.
Well, everyone has all their hopes and their dreams, all the things that they want that are just out of reach. But nothing compares to where I am now, walking up London Road in the heart of this crowd.
And it's Celtic in the green, white and gold. Oh Celtic, you'll never walk alone. And it's Celtic, wherever I may roam. When I see paradise,
changes, I guess that's true to say. But there's one thing I know that will always stay the same. But seasons come and seasons go, and Celtic are my team. For the past, the present and the future. We have seen the glory days, yet more is still to come. From 67 to Seville to Hampden in the sun. We've seen it all before and we'll see it all again. In the past, the present and the future. Caesar and Lennox and Kenny Dalglish, Johnston and Larson and a big man John Steen, Sutton and Hudson and Nakamura. Celtic past, the present and the future. Johnston and Larson and a big man John Steen, Sutton and Hudson and Nakamura. Celtic past, the present and the future. There's some things you can't forget, we'll never let them go. Like beating Rangers 7-1 and 2-9 in a row. We have seen some glory days and the best is yet to come. From the past, the present and the future. Caesar and Lennox and Kenny Dalglish, Johnston and Larson and a big man John Steen, Sutton and Hudson and Nakamura. Celtic past, the present and the future. There's a team in Glasgow, you probably know the name. Oh, and how they're supported and how they play game.
Since 1888, for the green and white with pride. Shoulder to shoulder and side by side.
Celtic, wherever we may roam, Celtic's in our hearts, you'll never walk alone. Celtic, you know it's gonna be Celtic's the team for me. Another Celtic victory.
We've been around the world and we're greeted with a smile. 'Cause everybody loves the Celtic football style. We saw the Lions roar out in the Lisbon sun. We won't forget the day we were the first to bring it home.
Celtic, wherever we may roam, Celtic's in our hearts, you'll never walk alone. Celtic, you know it's gonna be Celtic's the team for me. All over Bonnie, Scotland, Glasgow, Dublin, Belfast and Donegal. In New York, Toronto, Boston, Sydney, Brisbane, one and all. It's Celtic, wherever we may roam, Celtic's in our hearts, you'll never walk alone. Celtic, you know it's gonna be Celtic's the team for me. It's Celtic. Celtic making history. Celtic, wherever we may roam, Celtic's in our hearts, you'll never walk alone. Celtic, you know it's gonna be Celtic's the team for me. Celtic, wherever we may roam, Celtic's in our hearts, you'll never walk alone. Celtic, you know it's gonna be Celtic's the team for me. Celtic. By lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay, and low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the way, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. And low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the way, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. She watched the last star falling as that prison ship sailed out against the sky. Sure, she'll wait and hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once
is here for 10 in a row, 10 in a row.
Johnny's out in College Bar and Tommy's in the crowd. You can hear them singing all the way from Dublin town. No, you'll never walk alone and we just can't get enough. In this grand old team, you know we'll always love. So raise that league flag high. We'll drink to Neil Lennon tonight. He brought back the thunder, he brought it all seems so far away. I look down onto the crowd and I know it's gonna change. So raise that league flag high. We'll drink to Neil Lennon tonight. He brought back the thunder, he brought the pride. We'll sing and dance and celebrate, 'cause the league flag is on its way, and this is where it's gonna stay, and we'll live the Celtic way.
Hail, hail, and welcome to our virtual 9 in a row party as we celebrate this incredible achievement of Celtic Football Club, 9 consecutive league titles. Wherever you are in the world, thanks for joining us in Celtic TV. First of all, we hope that you're staying safe, staying well, but also that you're enjoying your 9 in a row party, wherever that is, if it's in your house or in your garden. It is a momentous time for Celtic, and I'm delighted to be joined here by our 9 in a row Chief Executive, Peter Lawwell. Peter, first of all, as Chief Executive of the club and also as a Celtic supporter, this is an incredible time.
Incredible. I mean, you said it there, Paul. It's momentous. It's historic. You know, we could run out of superlatives. You know, everybody at the club are absolutely delighted. We are delighted for our supporters. We're delighted for everybody around the world. And that's one of the big motivations to drive for all of us here, just to make the Celtic support happy and proud.
9 league titles in a row. Each one brings its own challenges, but I'm guessing this one, more than most, is brought for you, for everyone, really, some unique challenges.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's been, you know, the word used is clearly unprecedented, and that's absolutely right. So, you know, we from the outset, when the crisis arrived and it became clear that this was something very, very significant, you know, for everybody around the world, for everybody and their families, football really initially took a back seat in all of this, and we felt that at the time, let's have the pause. We wanted to play the games. Everyone at the club wanted to see the season out, and win it. We have won it in the pitch, but win it in front of our supporters. So we felt that we wanted to do that. And then in recent weeks, it became very, very clear that wasn't going to happen. There was clearly a lot of debate and negotiation and discussion around how the season would finish. And thankfully, the right thing was done and it was finished. And the only proper option that the SPFL board had in Scottish football. So delighted to get there. We're worthy champions. We're champions for a reason. And of course, the reason is we're the best team in the country, in my opinion, by a long, long way.
I mean, it is incredible for Neil and his backroom staff, for all the players. As you say, we won it on the park. You know, 13 points clear with just 8 games to go, 89 goals scored. We were absolutely, as the manager said, rampaging through the league.
No, we were flying. I mean, it was great to watch. It just wasn't winning games. It was playing the Celtic way. It was exciting the fans, open, expansive, attacking football and scoring goals. So we were a delight to watch. And I pay tribute to Neil. What a fantastic job that he's done since he's come in. Pay tribute to John Kennedy, Damien Duff, Stephen Woods, Tim Williams, and all the backroom, and of course all the players. And I can't not mention our captain, Scott Brown, who is he's a legend. He has been unbelievable in terms of what he's given this club over the last number of years. And I'm sure he knows that we appreciate that. And of course, we've got James Forrest that's been through the whole campaign with Scott. Some great players over the years as well, great players we have in the squad at the moment. And if you think back and look at the outstanding players we've had, the managers we had, clearly we have to pay tribute to Brendan and Ronnie as well. The managers we've had and the great players over that period, the great performances. And for us at the club, you know, I grew up 1974, I remember the first 9 in a row, and through that, so supporting Celtic in the 60s and 70s, these are memories that have stayed with me forever. And hopefully, through the last 9 seasons, we've created some fantastic memories for our fans that will stay with them forever.
And obviously, when the news broke that we were the 9 in a row champions, obviously people in their own way, given the circumstances, the fans were able to celebrate at home as they're doing, as they're watching this. And it's really all about the management, the players, the club and the fans all in it together.
Yeah. Well, unity is a huge thing here, as you know. And we've achieved what we have achieved by everybody being together, from the ownership, the board, the management and the players. There's been a real purpose from everybody, and the real Celtic standards and values have seen us through here. There's a real purpose. And as I said earlier there, a huge part of this job, and I know the same for Neil and the players, is making our people happy and giving them cause to celebrate. And I hope today, you know, everybody's staying safe, get the hoops on, have a party at home, get out in the garden and really have a great day because you deserve it.
You mentioned just about, you know, what's integral to Celtic in terms of how we play and how we celebrate. But during this current crisis, one of the most important things that's come to the fore is the work of Celtic FC Foundation, in particular, the Football for Good Fund, which again is it's really at the heart of who we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's who we are, Paul. You're absolutely right. And again, through Tony and the staff there, we have a, you know, it's part of, again, keep saying, it's part of the fabric, part of the DNA of the club. We've got fantastic people running it. We've raised an awful lot of money over the years, great board of trustees, and we're using it now for a very, very lovely purpose. So that's who we are, and I would personally like to thank Tony and the trustees and the supporters and those that have donated over the years for what they've done for Celtic, as well as the foundation.
9 league titles in a row. The fans, as we already said, have been so important throughout that. They're never going to be more important than next season as we go for 10 in these circumstances.
Yeah, we need you with us here. Support has been incredible. You know, we've been always reluctant to talk about 10 in a row because we needed to get 9 first. Now that we've got that, I think we can, you know, at the beginning of every season, our main priority is to win the league. And this year will be more than ever. So our whole focus will be winning, not our whole focus. Our main objective will be to win 10 in a row. And we need everybody together in order to do that. I can't wait for the fans to come back. Clearly, we need, you know, now and again, I've been coming in and out of the office and walking along the track in the park, and it was just so desperate to get everybody back in there, get the stadium full again, and supporting the great Celtic team.
Absolutely, Peter. Well, thanks very much for joining us in at this incredible historic time, 9 in a row, and here we go for 10 in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to wish everybody all the very best. You know, as I say, keep safe. Have a great day. You've deserved it, and let's celebrate in true Celtic fashion. Thanks very much.
Well, Celtic's success in 9 in a row is being celebrated by the Celtic family. And wherever you are in the world, here's just a wee taste of hoops around the world celebrating 9 in a row.
Okay, this is the Stuart Bhoys here, wishing Celtic 9 in a row big celebrations. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Neil, Peter, all the team, and the whole Celtic family. Come on, you boys in green! Glasgow, green and white! Come on, you boys in green! Glasgow, green and white! Da, 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 da.
Just want to congratulate for 9 in a row. Absolutely amazing achievement. Well done, Lenny, supporters, all of you. God bless. Take care.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all celebrating, because we are. It's been an amazing 9 years here at the club, and we're now 9 in a row champions, which is absolutely unbelievable. We are all celebrating here, me, my family, my friends. You stay safe, enjoy the day, enjoy the party. Have 1, 2, 3, maybe even 9 with a glass of wine, but have a brilliant day. Thank you.
Hi everybody, 9 in a row here. Can't wait to see you all at the virtual party on Saturday, so get involved. Hail, hail.
It's obviously very special. I think when I grew up as a kid as a Celtic supporter, it's one of the things that you want to kind of replicate, and obviously when I joined the club we were kind of halfway to that, and you know, even just myself, it's been an incredible journey at this club for me, and you know, now to kind of get 9 in the bag and kind of tie history and then be that step closer to the kind of elusive 10, it's pretty amazing.
Oh my god. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah! Yes! Oh my god, man. Hey, it's heavy, yeah? Woo!
9 in a row means the world to me. It's a great achievement, and for winning like 9 trophies in a row for Celtic, such a massive club, it's a dream come true, and just hopefully can add to that in the years to come.
This means absolutely everything, especially with the pressure and stuff that's been on us this year. It's a massive trophy for the fans, and it's one step closer to what everyone wants.
Just give everything, celebrate, enjoy it, because this trophy means a lot for you, for everyone, you know, who came at every game, who came even for just one game, but who just was behind us for all the thing we did, all the thing we gonna do next, and this result is, like I said, big marathon. It's just a big achievement, and this is the best way to celebrate, and I'm sure you're gonna do it.
Hi guys, hope you're all having a great day. We're all delighted to be champions again.
How you doing? Hope you're all having a good day. I certainly am. It's my first league title, so party time for everyone today. Hope you enjoy it, and staying safe in lockdown. Cheers.
Everyone, make sure you enjoy yourselves. You deserve it. You spent all your well-earned money on season tickets and stuff this year, so everyone needs to enjoy their time and celebrate right. I'm sure we'll have a big party at the end as well.
No, I'd just like to say that this trophy's not only for the players and the staff and everyone at Celtic, it's for all the fans and everything that they've been through with all the players, and it's great to receive this and for everyone at the club.
Hello from a cloudy and windy Las Vegas. I just want to say a massive congratulations to Lenny, Bruni, all the players, all the staff, everybody connected with Celtic on another historic 9 in a row. You know, as somebody who grew up with their formative years as a Celtic fan, being the dark days of the early 90s, you know, the stuff that's going on right now is beyond our wildest dreams. With every passing season, every trophy won, we're creating a new bit of history. So just keep going, boys. Long may it continue, and all the Celtic fans across the world, stay safe. Hail, hail.
Hi guys, I just want to congratulate Celtic, of course, with 9 in a row. Amazing achievement, obviously well deserved. Glad to be a part of it, of course, as well. 2 years, and obviously congrats to Lenny. Amazing job, and also the rest of the players. Yeah, enjoy the break for now. 10 in a row is coming as well.
Hi folks, Paddy McCourt here. Just a quick message of congratulations on being crowned the Scottish Premier League champions for the 9th successive season. Unbelievable commitment, desire, consistency shown by, you know, so many people over them 9 seasons, and I have to say, being a player involved in the early part of it and being a supporter involved in the last umpteen seasons to witness it. It's been a special time, and huge congratulations to everyone. Not just the players and the management, but also the whole background team, the whole club, the people in the background, the people don't see that work very hard to make the club as special and as successful as it is. So, next year going for 10 in a row, hope we can do it. Strongly believe we can do it, and my support will be with Neil and the boys as they go and try and do it. All the best, and thanks very much.
Congratulations to everyone at Celtic. Well done to all the boys. Massive achievement to get 9 in a row. It was a great honour to be part of. Good luck for the future. Just one more to go now.
Hi everybody, John Kennedy here. I just want to send a short message to congratulate everybody on the great achievement of winning 9 in a row. It's been a terrific achievement for the club, for everybody involved, and especially for you, the fans, for all you give us week in, week out. The support you give us has been second to none, as it always is. So we really appreciate that. We thank you for that, but also a massive congratulations to you, because you're a really important part of this club, as important as any. So important time to try and celebrate it as best you can. I know it's difficult, we're not getting to do it the way we wanted, but try and enjoy it, make the most of it, and hopefully we can see you all back here in paradise very soon.
Congratulations to the 9 in a row. I was there for the first 8, and who would have thought they could even win without me. I'm so happy for you guys. You've been excellent the whole season. Keep up the good work. Have a great day, and let's make sure we're gonna celebrate the 9 in a row. Bye.
Congratulations to everybody involved in the 9 in a row at Celtic. It's a great achievement. It's one I'm very proud to be involved with, and one everybody can be proud of. Players and staff have been magnificent over the last few years, over the last 9 years actually, and the staff at the club that play small parts, but are not taken for granted. Put with so many great people at that club, and it's great to be involved in it. Congratulations, and hopefully 10's coming next year.
Hi everyone, I would like to send my congratulations to every member of the Celtic family, the current squad, the technical staff, the medical staff, and then everybody at the background that we don't really see. I'd like to send my congratulations to all of you for reaching 9 in a row. Would like to send my congratulations to the players who have been part of this journey too, because they and we all are part of this, and then to the fans as well, because they've been pushing the club to the top. So yeah, I'm proud that I've been part of this journey, and let's make it 10, of course.
Hi everyone, hope you're all safe and well. Thanks for all your support this season, and hope you have a great day celebrating what we've achieved together.
Hey everybody, just having a little practice as usual, trying to lift the trophy, but here's hoping I get to lift it for yous at Celtic Park extremely soon. Missing yous all, can't wait to get back to paradise. Hail, hail.
I'm delighted to be joined now by the man who brought Neil Lennon to Celtic back in 2000. Martin, we have to thank you for that, but it's really good to see you as we celebrate 9 in a row.
Well, it's great news, isn't it? It would have been pretty poor news had anything else developed. I think there were a few things in the pipeline, maybe not finishing the season, maybe calling it null and void, all that type of stuff. And I heard yesterday, I think that Rangers said that they might want an asterisk beside this, but a great achievement, absolutely wonderful. And the young man's done brilliantly, both as a player for Celtic, obviously, and as a manager on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I mentioned you obviously brought him to Celtic. You knew his qualities as a player and what he brought to your team, and I suppose he's taken that on in terms of his managerial career.
Well, he's I took him. I signed him twice. I signed him to Leicester City from Crewe Alexander. So, and obviously I knew his character, I knew his ability as much as anything else. And sometimes all of those things get overlooked in when you're looking at an almost bigger picture. You look at the minutiae. He was very seldom captain for me in terms of actually having the armband both at Leicester and at Celtic. But in effect, he was the captain of the team. He ruled things from midfield. And when I look back and I think about it, he was just fantastic signing for us at the time. We were going quite strongly in the league, although Rangers were unbelievably strong at that particular time. We signed him around Christmas. I think he made his debut at Dundee one evening, and has been brilliant ever since.
Now, when he was reappointed in the summer there, and I noticed that he borrowed your famous phrase. I remember when you joined and you were on the steps at Celtic Park saying you would do everything you can to bring success to the football club, and he liked that phrase so much he used it himself.
Did he? Did he? Well, there you are. He's always plagiarising that. But yeah, well, he came in difficult circumstances. And I think that, they're in a decent position in the league, but they still had to negotiate cup matches. And that wasn't easy. The club with Brendan leaving, heading down to Leicester, a wee bit of turmoil, and I suppose maybe opposition might have been able to have, sensed that. A change, but it seemed as if from a distance it seemed seamless, although it's probably anything but that. He's got a totally different style of management, and he had to adjust again to certain things. Players obviously have to get used to him. One or two players that he would have known anyway, but overall it was a terrific effort. Then this season now, just to charge on, as it were, and put the disappointment of Rangers beating them at Celtic Park behind them, and go on and sweep well before them.
I suppose in terms of the wider context of 9 in a row, you know how difficult it is to win a league title and then to retain that as well, because everybody wants to beat you. So for Celtic to have done that for 9 years in a row is an extraordinary achievement.
Well, it is. There are... it's a fantastic achievement, obviously, and I know that way back in when I came in 2000, I think they would Celtic themselves stopped 10 in a row anyway. A few years before that, but things weren't so great. So from us now for 20 years on, to find out that we'd won it a couple of times and then go and clinch it 9 in a row. Now I know that Rangers might not have been as strong as they were. Certainly the Rangers side that we played against for a couple of seasons up at in the early part of this century were unbelievably strong. And so from that viewpoint, Rangers losing out, dropping down a few divisions, for lots of problems and things like this here, in one sense probably helped in terms of the opposition. However, I mean, just to make things strong, it's actually good to see Rangers back and then in some sort of contention as well too now. But overall, you still have to win the championships. That's true. Well, you have to, and 9 in a row is terrific. Now, obviously, up for the big 10th one, I think, and Neil seems, from the little interview that I saw there, he seems pretty buoyant about it all.
Yeah, and I think for Celtic, for going for 10, to have somebody like Neil Lennon as the man to lead us, given his passion, what he knows about the club, he's probably the perfect man to guide us there.
Well, I think so. I think that I think his appointment, strangely enough, coming back this particular time wasn't universally accepted by all Celtic fans. But I mean, maybe that's just a matter of course. To me, I thought in the circumstances at the time that it was absolutely excellent appointment, and because he would have that attitude about it anyway. He certainly wouldn't be giving up, and he certainly wouldn't lie down in any sort of circumstance at all. So, of all of that taken into consideration, as it's proved, it's been a terrific appointment, as I genuinely thought it would be at the time. I remember saying to him, "Yeah, go, just what it was really is, as much as anything else, is just put your whole personality back into that football club again," and that's what he did.
And obviously, he, as a player, will have learned from you as a manager.
He did.
You're taking all the credit.
Of course he did. Yes, yeah. He was a terrific footballer, underrated, and And it's easy for me to say now at this stage, but he could have, at his very, very best, when we were going very, very strongly, both in domestically and in Europe, and times at Leicester City, he could definitely have played in the top 6 teams in the Premier League. No question about that. There, he would have slotted in the job that he did for us. He could have done that job with no problem up at Anfield, at Old Trafford, or maybe back to the old Etihad Stadium where he started his career. He didn't start at the Etihad; he started at Main Road, but he started with Manchester City over in England.
And obviously, you still keep in touch with Neil. Is he? Does he use you as a kind of?
I try not to, you know. But
you screen his calls.
Oh, absolutely. He's been blocked now for about 4 years.
But I was just wondering if he still, you know, uses you for advice and guidance whenever he needs it. For example, when the chance came to come back to Celtic, or
yeah, we had a couple of conversations, you know, but it wasn't something that he was going to. He wasn't going in just a complete novice. I mean, he had been there before. I think you always have to win people round. I think that's the point. And of course, a bit concerned because Brendan had a different style to him. It was a matter of adapting quickly as well. Too, it wasn't as if to say, you know, you've got a pre-season in which to work out. The time just wasn't there for him. So, for taking all of those things into consideration, it was a terrific achievement. And yeah, so we had a few words, but I know follow his own instinct. This is what he wanted to do, and he's done it superbly.
Was he a player when he was one of your players? Do you identify those sort of guys in the dressing room you think have that ability to go on and become successful coaches and successful managers?
I think that, well, let me put it this way. It's not when I'm in the midst of a dressing room with players, I'm trying to win a game as a manager. I'm not actually thinking, you know, if I'm speaking to this lad, I wonder in about 7 or 8 years' time, will he make a good coach or a good manager? It's just not exactly the foremost thought in my mind. You know, I'm thinking we've got to get out of this. We've got to try and win this game. What I think, if you analyze it, I think that you would have to say that there's no such thing as someone knowing that who would make a really good manager. When I was at Nottingham Forest, for instance, you would have to have thought that there was a number of candidates in that team that I thought would have gone on in our team away back in 1978, 79 and 80, who would have gone on to have made really terrific managers, but either didn't follow the course or I got despondent after the first or second job, things like this here. So you have to stick at it as well. You have to get the opportunities, number one, and then stick at it. And you have to, there will be adversity along the way, and you have to overcome that. So all of those things. So if you look at it, did Neil have the character to do that? Yeah, absolutely.
And you mentioned earlier on just that, the blip that Celtic had at the turn of the year. We lost at the Derby game at Celtic Park, but then when they came back in 2020, the form has just been exceptional.
It's been terrific, really, absolutely. And I think Boyd probably for good periods of the League Cup final, maybe second best to Rangers, but came through that. And that I think that was a big psychological moment. It's the trophy, it's won. It doesn't matter. You can be despondent for about 25 minutes or maybe you wanted to play better in front of your own, front of your fans there at Hampden. Could have been all of those particular things, but it doesn't matter. By the time that Tuesday comes along, the trophy's in the cabinet, it's won, and it gives you unbelievable momentum to keep going. And winning that game when there were periods in that game where the Celtic were definitely second best. That's a great trait to have, to come through that there, to win when you're not at your best. So that, I think that was a big moment. Now the league, the league from Rangers' viewpoint just seemed to evaporate just within a matter of days, never mind weeks. So, and that, I think all of that there had a lot to do with the League Cup final. But you can ifs, buts, and maybes. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, Celtic are champions, and deservedly so.
Absolutely, and I was going to mention as well, we've been blessed over the years with from your part of the world, some very, very good Celtic managers, yourself, Brendan, and obviously Neil. Must be something in the water over there.
Well, yeah, I think that I, I mean we all come into the job in different times, and my particular time there at Celtic was unbelievably enjoyable. It was really great. I had to wrest the championship from Rangers, who were, as I said to you, very, very strong. And that was great. Maybe it set a platform for events to follow. But even so, forget about all of that there. You still have to go and win football matches. You still have to go and compete. You have to win championships. And Neil has done that there in both spells as manager. So well done him. Really, really well done him.
Yeah, it's nice the fact that he started the 9 in a row, won the first 3, and he's here to see it home, and then obviously go on for hopefully 10.
Yeah, that'll be naturally. It's a big season because the Rangers fans will be well aware of this now. This is it happened. It's been stopped on either side of the divide on occasions, like Celtic stopped it in the 90s. And Rangers now will really have to go hammer and tongs at this one. They'll have to find something, but it should make for a really interesting season when it is up and running.
And you'll obviously be cheering Celtic on from afar and offering advice to Neil Lennon and maybe just saying to him to stop stealing your catchphrases.
No, I won't be. I'll certainly not be offering him any advice. He doesn't need any more now. He's in a world of his own now at the minute. Oh, he's full of it. He's advice from old timers like myself won't make a jot of a difference to him. So he won't be on the phone. That's true, because I won't unblock the number. He doesn't need any advice from me. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing, and that should be sufficient. It's a long road, but they can do it again.
That's brilliant, Martin. Listen, it's been absolutely wonderful talking to you as we're celebrating 9 in a row, and always good to see you, and always good to thank you for everything you did for the club when you were manager.
No, I appreciate it. But it was great days. They were fantastic days. We had a really super team, and obviously the occasional regret, like you come to mind, Seville, I suppose, and Motherwell. But overall, I enjoyed almost every single minute of my time up there, and it was great. And I've always said that, great city, Glasgow. Great football club, Celtic, one of the best in the world. To be perfectly honest, give it some credit to Rangers as well. Another great club. The rivalry is fantastic, and looking forward to next season, as I'm sure you all are.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic to have Martin and Neil joining us here on this special 9 in a row party. We've now got a special captain call feature with our club sponsors Daffabet, and we thought who better to join club captain Scott Brown than James Forrest, the two men who have been part of our 9 in a row success. But rather than me question them, we thought the best people to grill them on their success, how they've got there, are some of our young players coming through our youth academy. The young players are hoping in the future to be Celtic stars like Scott Brown and James Forrest.
Thanks very much, Scott and James, for coming on. The guys are absolutely buzzing. When we asked them to come on and chat to you, they're all kind of big Celtic fans as well, and they're loving the opportunity to come on and talk. So we have Michael, under 9s player. We have Thomas from the under 10s, Dara from the under 11s. We have Caden from the under 12s. We have Jacob from the under 13s, which is all the junior academy. So James, you remember that time when Martin Miller was taking it and coming through that as well. So the first question is going to come from Michael, who's one of our under 9s players, and his question is going to be for Scott. So Michael, it's over to you, big guy.
Hi, Scott.
Yeah, you did.
Good. How are you?
I am very well, the wee tricky winger. Come on, what's your question? What you got for me?
With you and James being the only two players to have been part of the full 9 in a row, how do you keep the standards so high for any new players coming in, and what advice would you give them?
Oh, is this for when you come in to join us? I think for us, as soon as you come into Celtic, you know it's got to be winning mentality for everybody. So as soon as you come in, everybody sets the standards. It's not just me and James, because we've been here for the longest. All the new guys coming in, the managers and the backroom staff, they already set out things, whether it's in training, whether it's 5-a-sides or 11-a-sides, and it's a competition that you always want to win, and if you don't win and we don't win on a Saturday, it's not great because you get the backlash from all the fans as well, and we don't want that happening. And I think for us, the last 9 seasons we've worked extremely hard, and that's on and off the park. That's your diet as well as what you do at training as well. So I think you've got to learn from the older experienced pros at the time, and when I was maybe a lot younger, I maybe didn't listen as much. So I think now is the perfect opportunity for me to push my body as far as I possibly can. And I think if you look at James as well, James is getting better every season as he goes along, because he's learning how his body works. He's learning where he should be, whether it's in a game, when it's attacking, he's always in the box, whether it's on the left side or the right side, he wants to score those goals. So I think it's different people, different positions as well, and they set the standards for themselves too.
Brilliant, Michael. Absolutely fantastic question, and good first question as well. Well done. Takes a lot of guts to go and do that, to speak to the captain. And next
that
up
was a great question. Keep them coming.
Brilliant. We've got Thomas from under 10s. Thomas, I think you've got a question for James.
Yeah.
Hi, go on.
Hello, James. When you were about my age, did you go abroad to tournaments with Celtic, and did you win anything? What was it like in the olden days at the academy? Was it all still black and white?
The olden days, Jamesy.
Don't know how to answer that. No, that's a good question. No, I under 10s. It'll be the same as yourselves. You used to go to Belgium, Italy. There was a few different tournaments. I don't know if you've been to the Basavelde tournament's a big one as well for youth teams. So it was always good at the end of every season. The different age groups you would always go and play against European teams. So I think it was always good, no matter what age that you're playing against, like Real Madrid, Ajax, and playing against different players from different countries. So I think that's always been a good thing from younger right through to first team as well, when you don't just play against Scottish boys and you try yourself against European players as well.
Brilliant. I think, James, the Basavelde tournament's under 13s. I've been to that one myself a few times in Belgium, and Jacob will be heading to that one probably this time next year, actually. So good luck with that, Jacob, when it comes round.
These have all been to some good tournaments. See, when I was coming through at Hibs, we didn't get these tournaments. We got to play against Annan and teams like that, and the furthest we got was to go to the Malt Cup one year, and we thought that was great. So I think you need to make sure you make the best of playing against the better kids coming all the way through, and show them how good you are as well.
So Dara, that was a good bit of advice from Scott there, and you're going to be the next one up for the question for Scott. So fire away with your question for Scott, buddy.
All right, dude.
Hi Scott, how you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Well, yeah. So my question is, what foods do you like to eat before a football game?
What, before the pre-match? So
yeah,
when I go to have pre-match, I'll probably have maybe cereal in the morning, nice and early. And then we always wake up, we're in a hotel, so we go down, we sit down, we chill, we have pre-match 3 hours beforehand. So I'll be down 9 o'clock, I'll have my breakfast, go back down at 12, and for my pre-match I'll always eat chicken and pasta. It's just been something that's been drilled into me quite a lot, and I think the last couple of years it's been watching James as well, and the two of us can eat dry pasta, a little bit of olive oil, some chicken, or something very plain, because you don't want to put too much in your body before the game. You always want to have just enough energy so you can burn that, but the more you eat, the more you fill yourself up. And I think for me, I've learned what to eat over the years, what I know that works for me and what I know that doesn't, and the 2 nights before the game is building up for that. And really the morning before the game doesn't matter too much if you have that much food, that much pasta or whatever you have, but the morning before isn't really the most important. It's the 2 nights beforehand, so you've got the fuel and the energy in your body with the pastas, your chickens.
Guys, absolutely brilliant piece of advice coming from Scott there. And Caden, coming on to yourself now, as you can see, you're just a wee bit of a Celtic fan, so you're getting to speak to your questions for James now as well. So on you go, buddy, you ask your question.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say congratulations on 9 in a row.
Thanks, wee man.
Forrest, you've been in a position that I'm in now, playing at Barrowfield, and what advice should you give to young players like us trying to become a professional like you?
What age group are you?
Under 12s.
Under 12s. No, I think for any young player coming through at Celtic, you've got so many great coaches from under 10s when you start, and then as you go up the ladder every year as you go older, the coaches are always really good, and I think it's always important that you learn off of everyone, and you take advice. Every coach is there to help you and to make you better, and I think it's just for you to take as much in as possible, and then I think that'll help you as the years go on, and like help you develop as a player, definitely.
Brilliant, great question as well, Caden, and we've got the kind of last round of questions going to come from Jacob from under 13s. This is coming to Scott, and Jacob plays in the same position as you as well, Scott, so I'm looking forward to hearing this question from him.
You've got the same kind of haircut style as well, what I was going for.
Aye. Congratulations, Scott, on winning the league. Great captain, great leader.
Thank you very much, pal. How are you anyway?
Aye, good yourself, good.
Always good.
Aye, that's good. So I've just finished reading your book there, and you speak really highly of Tommy Burns. So, was he the main reasons you moved to Celtic over Rangers, or did you know you were going to move to Celtic?
For me, I went and met Tommy, I met Gordon, I met Ali McCoist, I met Walter Smith, and we sat down, we had a chat. Both teams had accepted, had a bid accepted, so I could obviously go one way or the other. And I sat with Gordon, knew Gordon quite well from playing career and stuff like that, what he'd done in the game. Knew Tommy from being at Scotland, and Tommy was texting me daily saying, "Look, wee man, we want you here. We want to build a team around you. We think you're amazing." Then I went and spoke to Ali. I went and spoke to Walter as well. But I went down to London, and it was the time that Tommy had taken out of his own schedule to come and speak to me, to come and sit beside me, to have that chat when my agent was away doing bits and bobs with Peter and a few other directors at the time, and it was like, "Wee man, we need you here. I want you here. You're coming here. End of story. Get that signed. We'll see you tomorrow." And it was just the wee bit of banter that he always has. And see, as soon as you meet Tommy, he just lights up the room. Whether it's one person in the room or it's 100 people in the room, he'll sing to you. He'll sing to everybody. And it's just kind of the man that he was. He was a fantastic character. He was a fantastic player at the club as well, and he was a fantastic ambassador for Celtic too, and it was pretty much where you are now. He came through the youth ranks and played in the first team, loved it, then went on to manage and coach in the first team as well. So I think if you look at anybody for inspiration into Celtic, and he's got to be the main man.
Brilliant, and guys, Scott and James, I just want to say thank you very much. The boys, in fact, I don't know if it was the boys or the parents who were buzzing the most when they heard this opportunity was coming up. I think there's a few parents lurking behind doors and stuff like that just now as well. So they've absolutely loved the chance to come and speak to you. Your role models, you're inspirational to these young lads coming through, and we use you as role models. You've got turns named after you as well. As you probably know, we've got all these Celtic turns, and we've got turns named after you. So you're legends in terms of the club, and all these kids are going to know about the stuff going forward. So thanks very much for taking your time out and speaking to them. The boys have absolutely loved it.
No problem. Pleasure.
Not a problem. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, lads, and here's hoping I get to see you coming through extremely soon. Make sure you work hard and you can all be like Jamesy. No, see you, dads. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
There he is. Bye-bye.
Well, we just heard Scott Brown, James Forrest getting grilled there by the Youth Academy boys, but the toughest test in this virtual party now falls to Lee Griffiths and Chris Julian, because we've decided to set up a scavenger hunt. We've borrowed the idea from Ant and Deck. We know they're probably watching, they're big Celtic fans. I think they say they're Newcastle, but they do love the hoops. So thanks for that idea. Basically, guys, the idea is that I'm going to give you a series of clues, and you've got 30 seconds each time to find what it is I'm looking for around your house. And what we're looking for is for everybody who's watching at home to play along as well, and you can tweet in your photos to @CelticFC, and we'll share some of the best of them. I've got the easy job because I just have to read out the clues and set the time, and then you guys have got to search your house and looking for the clues. I know it's just a game, but I have to tell you that Jack Naylor and John Curry have both been on, so I've got to submit your times in order for them to just check as part of your fitness as well. So it's a lot of pressure on you. So both of you ready to get started?
Yep.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, so we're going to set the timer. And the first thing that I want you to try and find within 30 seconds, and for everybody at home as well, it's 3 things that are green. On you go. That is impressively. That's absolutely spot on. Well, that is incredible. Chris, I think, is still wandering about his house looking. I was asking you just before we went on air there. It must have been great when the trophy turned up at your door.
Yeah. Big man, take your time. Come on.
Chris, that was a valiant effort, Chris, but unfortunately you were beaten by the quicker man there. So after round 1, and I hastily made this scorecard, so it's 1-0 to Lee Griffiths already. Listen, better luck in round 2. This is maybe a slightly harder one for you and for everyone else. What I want is if you can have a look around your house, and you've got 30 seconds to find a household item that reminds you of one of your teammates. And I'll start the clock now. Is that a job?
Gaffer.
Brilliant. Genius.
Yeah, I just find this.
Who does that remind you of?
It's on because listening always music.
Oh, it's on. Well, I'm afraid Lee was back first as well. It's 2-0 to Griff.
Oh, for sure.
Right. There's still plenty of time, Chris. Still time to pull this one out the bag.
Okay.
We're on to round 3, and again for everyone at home, we're going to set the time for 30 seconds. And basically, I'm looking for something shiny. Could be a medal, could be anything else, but something shiny. On you go.
He looks like in a cupboard though, so he needs to go.
I found only this.
We both got medals.
Yeah.
That was impressive. Can I tell you the good news and the bad news?
Tell me.
The good news is we always like to see that medal. It reminds us of a great game. The bad news for you is Lee was first again.
Ah, come on. The thing is, I don't think we are the same house.
He's on fire this morning.
For sure.
Right, okay, we're on to round 4 of this scavenger hunt. And again, it's something to do with football, it's something to do with Celtic. 30 seconds again. And it's basically either a favourite shirt or a memento, a souvenir of your time at Celtic.
The last game of Europa League.
And what have you got there, Lee?
My first top goal scorer trophy.
First top goal scorer trophy. A valiant effort this time, I have to say. Chris is back in the game. He brought his jersey from his the last Europa League game we played.
Hold on a minute. Did you bring that through with you before?
What?
Something. 3 things green.
I have to say,
it was this one, but this one is the only one.
Listen, I'm going
to have it.
I'm going to ask the judges. Hold on a wee sec. Is that allowed? Yeah, sorry, it is allowed. So it's 3-1, 3-1. So we're at the halfway stage and the excitement. Listen, I've commentated at the new camp. I've commentated at San Siro, but nothing beats this. It's incredible. We're on to number 5 now, and this is one that we're going to pay tribute to Scott Brown. And basically, what I'm looking for is a pair of sunglasses in tribute to his celebration from one of the many games we won at Ibrox. You are right back in this game, Chris. That is impressive. It's getting close. That's very impressive. I even managed to pop off and find a pair as well. So, listen, it's getting close. You were way out in front, Lee, but I have to tell you, it's now 3-2. So, Chris, right back in the game. So, I hope everybody's playing along at home. We are on to number 6 now of the 9. And this one, I have to say, if either of you pull this one out the bag, it will be absolutely remarkable. What I'm looking for is, in tribute to Mikael Lustig, and again, another goal celebration against Rangers, do either of you have a policeman's hat in your house?
No. I'm sorry, I don't have it.
He done that against Rangers, though.
He certainly did. I was going to say you could have chosen another hat, but Lee's already there ahead of it. Well, what I can say is, if anybody at home tweets us a picture with a policeman's hat, that's very impressive, because how many people have got a policeman's hat lying about the house? We'll go straight on to number 7, and Lee, you kind of already were there with something else, but this was one where we were looking for something that reminds you of Neil Lennon.
You're winding me up.
I have nothing.
Oh, that's fine. Get it up.
What is it? What is that?
A carrot.
Come on. No, I have absolutely nothing. I have nothing in mind.
Well, listen, that showed a wee bit of imagination there, Lee. So that's a back in the lead, 42 with 2 rounds to go. Right, round 8, and this is a key one, Chris. You need to pull this one back in order to stay in the game. And again, for everybody playing at home, what we're looking for is, well, either a lemon or something French in honour of our top goal scorer this season, Odsonne Edouard.
Work.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Chris.
It's too fast for me. You see that? It's too fast.
He is too fast. Well, I have to say we're on to the last round, but Lee is well out in front now. Lee Griffiths 5, Chris Julian 2, but we're on to round 9 here. And again, for everybody playing at home, what we're looking for here is either something that you can recreate a favourite goal or game celebration and then create it for us. I'll tell you what you could do is if you can, your goal celebration, Chris, if you want to finish with that, which people have started to love, is, you know, Chris Julian, Superman.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, mine.
Well, listen, guys, thanks for joining us on this Celtic TV virtual party. It was great fun. Lee Griffiths, you are the scavenger hunt champion. I'm sure Ant and Deck will be delighted to have seen how well you've done. Chris, you just have to bow to the superior scavenger hunt talent there of Lee Griffiths. 9 in a row champions, both of you. And let's have a look back now at how the league was won. Always a special day at Paradise. The league flag unfurled again. Johnson back to Christie again. Christie takes the shot. And it's in off the underside of the bar. Flicks it across, looking for Odsonne Edouard. Edouard. Oh, that is absolutely wonderful! Gets the 1-2 with the reboot and a wonderful challenge there from El Hamid. Johnson threads it through towards Odsonne Edouard. He's stayed onside, a chance for the Frenchman. He's put it into the back of the net, and Celtic, with 31 minutes on the clock, have a goal. Can he score? Can he make it 2-0? Johnny Hayes, he scored! The Irishman has scored and Celtic have all 3 points. The players, the fans, the substitutes celebrate. What a goal, what an intervention. Celtic with all 3 points. And there indeed is the final whistle. Celtic with the victory. Commanding performance, goals from Odsonne Edouard and Johnny Hayes.
But the cross comes in, and it's James Forrest with the opening goal.
Forrest, he does! James Forrest shoots! James Forrest scores!
Edouard takes it to the byline, back to Frimpong, and he's done it! The youngster gets his first goal for Celtic.
Not clear, still Johnson to Brown, bottom of the shot. Oh, it's a wonder goal! It's a Bruni! It's a 3 points! Unbelievable! Scott Brown, a left foot shot, and as a captain throw, a smile of relief from Neil Lennon.
Quickly played in, it's a great pass, and what a goal from Christopher Julian! Edouard, chance for the fourth, and it's there! What a move, what a goal! It's 3-1!
Taylor cuts it back to McGregor, and it's a goal! Forrest is saved and it's put in. Callum McGregor again, he's on hand. Forrest edge of the box, McGregor's into the area. Forrest can cut inside. Still Forrest, rolls it across Ayer, chance for Ayer. Oh, it's a wonder goal for Chris Ayer, an unlikely goal hero. That is a victory and a half. It was tight, chances were at a premium, and at the end it was Christopher Ayer with the coolest of finishes that has given Celtic all 3 points.
You do wonder, when it's an accumulative effort over the course of a season, but are these the games that we look back on and go, yeah, that was the one which really got us over the line?
And you can see what it means to them. It's Edouard, he's onside, he's running in from a left position. The cutback is there, and the goal is there, and Tom Rogic has got the equaliser. Well, we came here looking for 3 points, but wow, we will take one.
Well, we just saw some fantastic highlights there, how the league was won, and I'm delighted now on our virtual Celtic TV party to be joined by the man who made it all possible, our 9 in a row title-winning manager, Neil Lennon, and also joining him, his former teammate, his friend, a pundit, either the most popular or the least popular man in Glasgow, depending on which side of the city you talk to. Chris Sutton, guys, thanks for joining us on Celtic TV here. Neil, first of all, I noticed that trophy just to your right shoulder there. When I saw you the other day, you were hugging it. I'm surprised you even let it go to let the players get a wee shot of it over the last couple of days.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something worth celebrating. You know, it's quite an achievement by the club as a whole. You know, when you think of the 9 seasons we've been through, the start of it, you know, people like Scott Brown, James Forrest going the whole way through it. And, of course, the one constant as well has been the support. So to be here, you know, the second time round and being in charge of a 9 in a row team, it's just momentous. And it's personally, you know, a great privilege for me to be managing during this period. The players have been absolutely fantastic.
And after the news was announced, have you had much chance to celebrate the triumph, or are you just kind of just sitting back and just soaking it all in?
A bit of both, really, trying to enjoy it. You know, going into this season, you know, chasing the 9, you know, that was a lot of pressure and put a lot of pressure on myself as well. It was something that I really wanted for everyone associated with the club because I knew the significance of it. And the way we played, you know, throughout the season, I know we touched on the second half of the season being great, but the first half of the season was very impressive as well. So the consistency of the players and the quality of the football, you know, married together, you know, made it a memorable season. Unfortunately, it was curtailed when we were, you know, right in great momentum at the time, but you know, there's nothing we could have done about that. We just went out, you know, tried to play the way we wanted to play, at attack and sort of swashbuckling style. And it's not an easy thing to do, and the players responded to what we asked them magnificently.
And Chris, you, I think almost from the point when the football stopped, you called it right away that, you know, it was Celtic's title and we deserved.
Yeah, I get most things right, Paul. But
Paul.
No, but the truth is, had it been the other way round, and you know, another team, you know, had Rangers being 13 points clear, then Celtic would have had to suck it up as well in that situation. So the best team won, winning 26 out of 30 games, absolutely phenomenal. The gap was so big, and when you look at you know, both teams' form, and you know, obviously the game at Ibrox wasn't played going into that game. I mean, in many respects, you know, Rangers are lucky that the gap was only 13 points, because the form that Celtic were in, you know, it could have well been, you know, up to 20, more than 20 points. It was getting a little bit embarrassing.
I mean, you've had a bird's eye view of Scottish football in terms of your work, and how impressed have you been with Neil's team this season? Obviously took over in difficult circumstances last year, steered us home to that treble, and then has just taken the team on to another level.
Yeah, I think it's difficult, and Neil, you know, is better to answer this himself. But he's talked about the pressure, and the pressure is from the outside. Is everybody talking about the 10? Well, you have to get to 9 first, and in that respect, you know, a hell of a lot of pressure on Neil and the players, and you know, I think that the way the last few seasons have been there, and this hasn't happened with the players and Neil, but there is a danger of taking winning for granted. Now, you know, I'm a former player. I know how difficult it is to win things. And, you know, it's credit to the players, you know, their attitude, their resolve, their determination to keep on winning trophies. You know, that it is some achievement. And in years to come, you know, I think that Celtic fans will look back at this golden period with great pride. You can't keep winning forever. This is some period, and credit to Neil and the players for getting the job done once again.
Yeah, Neil, obviously, that's his 9 league titles in a row. We've won the last 11 domestic trophies up for grabs, and we were also in the Scottish Cup semi-final. I know you've spoke about it before, about that level of consistency and the hunger to keep going that your players have just to keep winning.
Yeah, you only need to have, one off there really, in a cup competition or a huge slice of luck goes against you. But, the mentality and the preparation and the professionalism has maintained that throughout the last 3 or 4 seasons at an incredibly high level. When we played, you're under intense scrutiny, analysis. It's even more so now. The game gets analysed, and players' performances on an individual basis gets analysed by the public, and fans are more sort of in tune with that, more understanding of it. And Chris is right. You can't take it for granted what the players have achieved, and he's right. In years to come, we'll look back on this period and go, "Wow, that was something really special." Because the laws of averages dictate that eventually the run's going to have to stop at some stage. But 11 domestic trophies in a row. What we are looking at now, for going into next season, obviously the league's a priority, and trying to make inroads in Europe as well. I think the Europa League campaign will stand them in good stead for next season. I think there's more to come from the team, and it gives us that sort of gravitas on the European stage. And if we can negotiate the qualifiers, which is a difficult thing to do, then it opens the whole season up for us again. But certainly, to go for the 10 is probably at the forefront of everybody's mind, and that's going to be difficult to, deal with as we go along, because everyone will be talking about it from day one, really.
And Chris, two of the guys, and again I've spoke to Neil about this, two of the guys have been there from day one of the 9 in a row, Scott Brown and James Forrest, and just how important are they? Obviously Scott's leadership on and off the park, but James just as an example of somebody coming through the academy and staying here at the highest level for 9 years.
Yeah, well, I wrote Scott Brown off 4 years ago. Thought
you don't get everything right.
So, yeah. So I've got great admiration for both players. Scott Brown's determination. I think he's talked about his lifestyle and having to change the older, which he has got. He is a superb professional. He's a leader, and it's going to be interesting in years to come, because eventually Scott will have to stop playing. He can't play forever. Who is going to take over the mantle and lead from the front as Scott has done? I think that, this is only my view, I think that the players get security when they go out on the pitch, knowing that he's at the forefront of everything. And James Forrest, he split the Celtic support in many respects over the years, and I have to say, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Now, in the early days, he did have injury problems, and it's never good in terms of being a player and not being able to get the consistency and the run of games. But as the years have gone on, he's been a mainstay. Scored so many crucial goals domestically and in European competition. And he's, what you want. And, I only managed for a year because Neil gave us a couple of dodgy loan players. And that was the end of my management career. But what you want is players with consistency who you can rely on week in and week out. And James Forrest is one of those for me. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a good shift. You're going to get quality. You're going to get assists, and you're going to get goals. And I think, in my opinion, he's been underrated, the job he has done for Celtic over the years.
Interesting, you were talking about management there. We were earlier on in the programme, we were talking to Martin O'Neill, obviously, you're a great manager of your time at Celtic, and I was asking him whether at the time he identified Neil as, having that potential as a manager. To be fair, he did say he was too busy trying to win games to sort of identify who would be future leaders, but a big influence, I'm guessing, for both of you in terms of your football career.
It was huge for me. I played under him for 10 years, and I learned so much about the game from him. And you sort of, as you worked with him, you got to understand his methods and his reasoning behind things without even having to go and ask him, because eventually the penny dropped as a player. And he had a great backroom team with John Robertson and Steve Walford. and they knew how to, tap into the psyche of a player and get the best out of them. And I've taken that into management. There's no question that Martin's influence is absolutely huge on myself. And then he obviously worked under Brian Clough, who, as we all know, was a genius. But, Martin, for that 10 years, I learned so much from him in how to manage players, how to manage games, particularly the game management side of it, how to, looking at the span of the team. He was really strong on that, and he had good centre-halves, always had a great strikers, whether it be Chris or the likes of Neil Heskey, he always liked a big striker and someone to play through. And that's where Chris was really strong, for a midfield player. He was a dream. You could either play it into his feet or drop it in. And you learned that as you went on. You learned the day-to-day in training, the understanding that we all had together. And he sort of knitted all that together. A little bit different from the modern-day coaching or even coaches back in Martin's time. He would do things differently. His was very much focused on the man management, which is still a huge attribute to have as a manager in the modern day.
And Chris, in terms of Neil's squad this season, again, you've watched them plenty of times. As a former frontman, Odsonne Edouard, how impressed have you been? Because he's just been on fire.
Oh yeah, and do you know what? I still think there's more to come. And in the early days when he came, he was a little bit raw and he had work to do. I mean, that's the difficulty for Neil and Celtic, the market which they're in, and having to spend money, big money, which it was in Odsonne Edouard's case, on development players. And but he has developed into a top quality player. And the key for 10, and Neil may not be able to say it, I can, is keeping Odsonne. And there will be people in for him because he is that good. This season, he's developed superbly. What I've been really impressed with, and I think he's a really good finisher, but some of his link-up play is absolutely sensational. His awareness, his weight of pass. He has eyes in the back of his head. And he has this ability, this free kick ability. I don't know where that's come from, whether, he must have worked on that. I mean, it's lovely to know, I suppose, if you're a manager, you get a free kick, so 20, 25 yards out, and you actually think he's that good that, we're going to get a goal from this. And he's only going to get better. He seems, I don't know him. I've met him, but, I've really spoken to him at any great depth. He seems to be really quite humble and one who wants to work at his game. I think, he's at a high level now, but I think he's going to be a real star in years to come because he's still extremely young.
And obviously Celtic will be going for 10 in a row next season, Chris, and you'll be looking forward just to adding your own few thoughts on the season as we go along.
Yeah, of course. I love Scottish football. I follow it closely. I'm like everybody else. I played for Celtic at one time, but I have to be, impartial. I do think I am. The difficulty of it is people don't think I'm impartial, but it's very difficult when Celtic have won the last 9 titles to say that anybody else has been any good, because they've been way off the pace. Celtic have been serial winners of late, and the onus is talk about the 9. The pressure comes, and Neil will know it far better than me. That next season is going to be absolutely enormous. His history in the making, history beckoning, and the pressure, will be absolutely on. And there'll be a team across the city who are so desperate to stop Celtic, and they'll be pulling out all the stops, no doubt.
And Neil, after the announcement that we were the champions, you said you were now able to say we're going for 10, and for you to be in the managerial hot seat, to be taking Celtic towards 10 in a row, that must be a great feeling for you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But I think we have to take it like every other season and try and sort of get away from the noise and, fully focus on the job at hand. And whether it's the 9th, whether it's the 10th, whether it's the 12th, we want to win the league. That's the priority year in, year out. The significance, obviously, hasn't passed me by. It's the anticipation will build. as we go into the next season. But I think once we're underway, then it's important that we keep the players focused on a game-to-game basis like they have done over the last decade or so. It's very exciting. I think it's a great motivation for myself. I think it's a great motivation for the players going into the season as well. And I think it's a really good selling point if we want to, try and bring players in and obviously keep the players that we already have. But we're in a really strong position, in terms of, the main assets, Chris touched on Hudson, the speculation around him, which is going to be inevitable. We've got them on long-term contracts, so we're very comfortable where we are with the squad, and we don't think we need to do too much, surgery on it to be where we want to be.
Well, we're all certainly looking forward to next season, but obviously having enjoyed not just the season just passed, but these 9 seasons of 9 in a row. And I know you guys, obviously you're joining us on the Celtic TV virtual party, but you are getting together again Saturday night on BT Sport 1 with a special programme celebrating our 9 in a row. So obviously after everybody enjoying watching you here, will be able to tune in tonight and to watch on BT Sport 1. Chris, thanks for joining us as well on Celtic TV. I look forward to your comments throughout next season. Neil, I think just from everybody, thanks for delivering 9 in a row to us.
Thank you. Thanks, Sooty.
Thanks, Neil. Well done.
See you, man.
And for everybody who's watching, enjoy the celebrations. Thanks for joining us on this virtual party on Celtic TV. We're going to finish off with a 9 in a row sing-song with Joe Gallagher. So remember, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, look after each other. Hail, hail, here we go for 10 in a row. Take it away, Joe.
Thanks, Paul, and welcome to the 9 in a row celebrations, everybody. What a time to be alive, what a time to be a Celtic supporter. Second time in our illustrious history we've done the 9 in a row. I'd like to say well done to the manager, the captain, the whole squad, the backroom team, my big pal Stevie Woods and Greg Wallace, and all the staff and the people that work behind the scenes at Celtic as well. We are the Celtic family, and it really is a magical club. Now, in the words of John Ledwith, the magical John, let's make some noise for the boys! Here we go. Sing along. Let the people sing the stories and the songs and the music of their native lands. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. Join us hand in hand all across this ancient land. Throughout the test of time, it was music that kept the spirits free. Songs of yours and mine. For those who are in love, there's a song that's warm and tender. For those who are oppressed, in a song you can't protest. So liberate your minds and give your soul expression. Open up your heart and let me sing to you this song. Here we go. Let the people sing the stories and the songs, the music of their native lands, their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. Join us hand in hand. Come on. All across this ancient land, throughout the test of time, it was music that kept the spirits free. The songs of yours and mine. This land is your land, this land is my land. From the northern highlands to the western islands, from the hills of Kerry to the streets of Derry. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking by the shining water, hand in hand with my little daughter, the church bells ringing, the children singing. This land was made for you and me. Let's hear it. This land is your land, this land is my land. From the northern highlands to the western islands, from the hills of Kerry to the streets of Derry. This land was made for you and me. Oh, lie in the fields of Athenry, fly. Sing it. The free birds fly. Our love was on the way. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the field tonight and When I see the Celtic, I go out of my head. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. All the things you do to me and all the things you said. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. We slip and slide as we fall in love, and I just can't seem to get enough. Oh, let's hear it. 67 in the heat of last time, the fights came in their thousands to see the boys become champions. 67 in the heat of last time, the fights came in their thousands to see the boys become champions. 'Cause that was the best day of our lives. The day we won the greatest prize. Oh, how our hearts they soared with pride. Right underneath that Lisbon sky, that was the best day of our Hail, hail, the Celts are here. What the hell do we get? What the hell do we get? Hail, hail, the Celts are here. What the hell do we get now? For it's a grand old team to play for. Sure, it's a grand old team we died. And when you read its history, it's enough to make your heart go sad. God bless them. We'll be there to give the boys a cheer when the league flag flies and it cheers us up. When we know the Scottish Cup is coming home to rest in paradise. Here we go again. We're on the road again. We're on the road again. We're on our way to paradise. We love the jungle deep. That's where the sky sleeps. Far in those evil eyes, they have no place in paradise. Let's hear you home. Here we go again. We're on the road again. We're on the road again. We're on our way to paradise. We love the jungle deep. That's where the lions sleep. Far in those evil eyes, they have no place in paradise. This is how it feels to be Celtic. Champions again, as you know. Neil Lennon has won 9 in a row. Thank you for having me. Enjoy this, everybody. This is history, and we are Celtic. Get your scarves in the air. Hug the person next to you and sing this as loud as you can and as proud as you can. Enjoy the celebrations, everybody. God bless you all. Thanks again. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on, walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll Let's see everybody, come on, let's sing it. Here we go. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll God bless. Stay safe, everybody. Hail, hail. We are the champions again.
This is our team. This is our 9. It's hard to believe it was 9 years ago. That was the start of our incredible journey.
A chance now for Gary Hooper.
Oh, the goal! And Celtic are absolutely in dreamland, Wonder Street. It's a goal for Celtic, and it's Joe Super Joe Ledley. Celtic Football Club, the champions of Scotland, the Scottish Premier League champions.
We've made memories and we've celebrated our proud history.
He's done it! This is the stuff of legends. This is mind-blowing. This is Celtic 2, Barcelona 0. It's a wonder goal from the wonderful Greek striker, Georgios Samaras, and Celtic 4, Aberdeen 3, unbelievable.
You've helped us build a fortress.
It was heading in, but Forster got across.
Charlie Shaw kept 10 consecutive league clean sheets. That now stands at 11.
3 in a row and counting.
You've helped us live the dream.
Ronnie Dyler got what he wanted in the end. 4 in a row. The titles just keep on coming.
We've watched new generations of players drive us forward, like our legends from the past.
And Keenan Tierney! Forrest! McGregor has scored! A wonderful strike! Lee Griffiths hit 40 goals in a season, 5 in a row. Celtic champions again! Fisher Dembele! Oh, what a wonder goal! The Frenchman's done it!
And there it is, Celtic are the champions, the 6 in a row champions, the first title under Brendan Rodgers, and it has been emphatic.
A little opening here for Tom Rogic! The League Cup, the league title, and now the Scottish Cup. Brendan Rodgers and Celtic have won the lot.
And we enjoyed it so much that, hoops, we did it again.
Edwards, and he scored the hat-trick.
Along the way, we've lost some of our greatest legends.
Kimberley scored a great goal! He's done it! It's there! Celtic has scored! Jarvis put it in, but it doesn't matter. The European Cup is on its way to Glasgow. There's the great team. Billy McNeil takes the European Cup for Celtic.
I just want to say I will do all I can to bring success to the football club.
Celtic do it again! As the final whistle, Celtic have won the treble!
This season, we were relentless.
It's in the back of the net, and Christopher Julian has scored!
We were well on track, and then everyone's goals changed. As we face the future together, our brave frontline workers have shown the world the true meaning of heroes, and our boys what it means to be true champions. Thank you. We dedicate this league title to you. Our 9 is your 9.